Spread Knowledge, as well as sportschatplace.com and pickdogs.com. The way this show works, we use Spread Knowledge software to give out picks. Of course, Spread Knowledge uses 4,000 data points to make its predictions based on value and probability. Basically, it says, is there enough value based on the probability to make that wager? And it assigns those wagers a rating of A through F, kind of like your report cards, right? Well, my report cards were a C through F, but, for a lot of people, A through F was their report cards. But, of course, at Sports Chat Place and pickdogs.com, we have free picks on every game every day. But Spread Knowledge is just a tool that you can use along with your own picks, with your premium picks, however you do it, your consensus report. And you can look at the grade that it assigns to the spread, pick against the spread, the money line, or the total. It gives picks on all of those different aspects of it. So, you can get a 3-day trial for $8.99. All you got to do is click in the link in the description. Can't beat that with a stick. And then, of course, if you get a longer-term plan, use the 10% discount code Mitch. You'll get 10% off all of your Spread Knowledge purchases for life. Not a bad deal, but just 2 games tonight. But I was able to come up with 2 picks. They're both in the college football game for tonight, so that's just what I have. And then, going forward, we should have, at least for the rest of the weekend, and then, all we have to do is make it to Wednesday of next week, and then, there's tons of games. It's college basketball. There's still some light days in college basketball. Usually Mondays are light days, Fridays are lighter days. But there should be enough games to do, the Spread Knowledge show. We'll have Monday Night Football. We'll have, I don't know. We always figure it out, right? We always find a way, no matter what it is. It's like kind of what makes us a little different than everybody else. While the other guys make excuses and talk about how busy they are, we kind of just get it done, right? We always have. That's what we've been doing for the last 15 years. Sports Chat Place. Anyways. I don't know. I was kind of just giving Brian a hard time. I thought it was a good opportunity for him to practice a little bit of humility. When Brian was number 1 in college football, he kind of, spouted all this, about how great he was. And it's like, I've been on top of the leaderboard for over a week now. You haven't heard me say this is the first time you've heard me say it, right? So, it's just the different approach of doing it, but I think it was an opportunity for Brian to kind of just say, hey, I don't get all my picks right. It's like, I do it all the time. I think we were 1-1 on Spread Knowledge yesterday. But anyways, we do the best that we can do. And, I think Brian had some other things going on, in all fairness. So we'll let him slide. We still like Brian. I know a lot of people think that for some reason I don't like Brian or whatever, but it's like, trust me on this. It's my site. It's my show. It's my all this stuff. And if I didn't like Brian, he would not be a part of it, let alone being on every day and let alone being on the top of it, right next to me, right? On most days, on a lot of the days, right? So, it has nothing to do with that. Yep, I speak my mind. Sometimes I don't think first. It's maybe something I should have gone over with him before. It is what it is. I'm not going to run from it, and say it did not, let it build up, like some other idiots out there. It's like, yeah, you got to meet problems head on. It's like, I don't like conflict. You're a pussy then, right? You're just a slob. And, it's like, you got to man up, it's called, And I do the same as much as, as much as I'll criticize, Brian or whatever, or any of the guys on the show. They all know that I have their back all the way, If it comes down to, the real meaningful things, it's been pretty much the opposite. But, and maybe that's why I am kind of the way I am, as so many people have let me down, over time. But, oh well. Yeah, I think when we disagree, it gives the show more substance. Absolutely. It's like, we don't have to agree on everything. And it's like, I'm a name caller. I know that, right? It's like, someone steals from me, I'm going to call you a thief. Someone's a phony baloney or an idiot, I'm going to call them that. Of course, I'm on the drive-through tonight. Thursday's my day. Then I do my spot. I'm not on the whole show. I just do a spot. I'm going to do whatever I want. It's my show. If I want to fight with Brian, I'm going to fight with Brian. I told Brian we should wear boxing gloves tomorrow, but he doesn't have any. Neither do I. Yeah, I think when I stop speaking my mind is the day I stop doing online stuff. You know, I start going through the motions like the other guys do, and just it all being about $1. You know, how can I make $1 and just become this cheapskate? I would rather not do it at all. You know, I'd rather be true to myself and who I am. But yeah, let's get right into it. So we got 2 picks, like I said, for today's Spread Knowledge show. And let's see what we have. I picked these out a while ago, so I got to load these up. There we go. Of course, Spread Knowledge was founded by Charles Ormsby. You guys know Charles. We gotta stick with our field goal kicking theme. There's Charles Ormsby, Spread Knowledge founder, kicking some 45-yard field goals. All proud of himself. But I know a lot of people have taken it up on the trial and have extended out their subscription. And I think, Spread Knowledge, the value is there. And that's really what it's all about. No one's going to get every pick right. That's for sure. I don't, We give out 15,000 free picks a year. If we hit 60%, we lose, I mean, what is that? It'd be 4,000. It'd be 6,000 picks a year we lose. Yeah, if Brian would have put on some scuba gear, mask, or whatever. It is what it is. I think most people know that, It's there are people out there that don't like me, and I'm okay with it. Most of the people that don't like me, yeah, I wore a winter coat on the show. I've done everything, It's like I've done the show from Costco, taking samples, questioning if it was really organic, like they said it was, and I was like, I'm starting to panic. I'm not sure if it's organic, but anyways, let's get to a pick. We'll come back to all this other stuff. I'm not going to apologize for who I am or what I do or, things I say or whatever. When I do something that I should apologize for, I always apologize, but, for that, I could have handled it better. That's for sure. I could have handled it better, but I think I was right. I just think I could have handled it a little better. Could have had a more teachable moment. But let's look at the first pick for today's show. So this one, like the under in Tulsa, Tulane. It's a A in relation to Tulane and a B in relation to Tulsa. Of course, there's only 2 games tonight. You can see the ratings right there. Yeah, I mean, Brian is a good handicapper. That's why I have him on the show, right? I mean, the puck dogs are hockey guys, and they're good in their own right. But Brian's Brian's been around the block for a long time. Rod and Chris came on for hockey. They just never left. And, Ann, we just have her to kind of, dumb it down. Not dumb it down, but I mean to soften it up a little bit is the word. Dumb it down was not the right word or the word I was looking for. Soften it up was the word I was looking for, to soften it up, because we can be we can get pretty crazy sometimes. And I think the guys behave a little better when Ann's there. I tell you, I take a lot less heat from everybody when Ann is there. But, yeah, our pick in this game, or Spread Knowledge's pick, is the under in the Tulsa Tulane game. I think I gave out the over, so I don't necessarily agree with this. Let's look at the betting percentages on this game. I don't know if Spread Knowledge looks at that or not. I'll have to ask Charles next time he's on. Let's take a look at this and see what the sharps are looking at. So let's see, 56% of the money has been bet. 56% of the bets are on Tulsa, 58% of the money, while 65% of the money line bets are on Tulsa and 35% on Tulane. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much. And then when we go with the under, so look at this: 32% of the bets are on the under, and 20% of the money. So this is a real contrarian play. The under on this. This is like a contrarian of contrarian plays. I like to see what is being. I mean, that's the whole idea. We're real people, you know. It's like we're not these untouchable, you know, who just all of a sudden show up and start copying what other people are doing. And, you know, it's like you don't see me copying other people, right? You see other people copying us. And that's, you know, that's just the way that it's been. You know, it's always been that way in this industry since I entered it. You know, I come up with an idea, people see it works, and then they just copy it. And you see, like, a lot of people, right? A lot more live shows, a lot more videos, a lot more, you know. It's pretty pathetic, really. It's really, really sad. People can't come up with their own stuff. They got to just keep copying Mitch. They didn't carry them enough, right? I haven't carried them enough all these years. You got to continue to be parasites, right? Live off of me. And that's all right, you know, because we'll just come up with another thing. They'll try and copy that, do a shitty job of it, and, you know, they'll come up with something else, right? Just keep doing it. Yeah, they can't kill anything. They don't do anything. You know, you look at the people in their audience, and the people in their audiences, they don't hold a candle to you guys, man. Not even close. Not even close, man. Not even close. Thank you for the super chat. Could have bought a spread knowledge for that trial. Yeah, not just there. No, it's like, look at all the other sites. I mean, whatever I do, you know, if I go to the bathroom, they all go to the bathroom. Right? If I take a shower before, they all take a shower before the show. Right? It's like, you know, it's pathetic, is what it is. We know that. You know, everybody knows they're a fraud, right? So it's like, you know, I mean, of the people that do these shows, I think I'm the only one that actually owns my site. You know, that owns the site. The other people that do it, I don't think they own it, or they're very, very small percentage owners of their business, of the site. Like, they might have some equity in it, but they don't own it like I do. That's cool, man. Well, you could always watch the replay. We're also on Spotify and iTunes podcast. Yep. There's some lousy ass shows, man. You see, like, some of these women out there, like Ann is like so natural and like just a real person. Some of these women, it's like, I mean, they got so much makeup on, man. It's like, and they're attractive women, you know, but it's like they still have so much freaking makeup on. It's like, you look like a clown. Just stop. It's enough, man. It's just enough. It's like, wow. Why are you doing that? So you don't need to. And I'm not saying anything like about them, you know, about their looks or anything, because actually I'm saying they don't need to do that. But it's like the way that they do it, it's like it start with a little, and then it's like, oh my God, it's like every week, you know, they're just taking it on. Whatever. I don't know. We still got. I think the NFL MVP is still yet to be decided. Well, we're gonna get to our next pick, anyways. Yeah, it's like we haven't done like an Ask Mitch in a while, so I'm enjoying it. We're kind of mixing the Ask Mitch in with the I don't know. I shot, it was probably about 80, 81. The wind was just howling today. Yesterday I shot 75. I shot 40 and 35 on the back, which was just blistering. I had a birdie on 16, which is like one of the toughest holes on the course. I hit a 5-wood in on my second shot into within 5 feet, and I had like a few shots like that yesterday, missed some putts. On the front, on hole number 2, I hit my second shot from about 185 into about a 2-club wind. I was maybe like 10 feet high of the cup, and I putted it. It came down, and I putted it. It rolled right off the green. I had to chip it back on and then putt. I call that a 3-putt. The guys in the clubhouse called it a 2-putt. I think it's a 3-putt. You know, it's like after I was on the green, it took me 3 shots to get in. I ended up with a bogey. I had a birdie putt from 10 feet. It was so fast. Let's see. Yep, I will be on at halftime today with Ann. I don't know. I don't know if either of those guys are going to be the MVP. I think it's still out there, and I think the way that Russell Wilson's played in his last few games always helps. My handicap is 7. But I think it's going to go down when I enter in yesterday's score. It's a 7-4, actually, is what I'm at. Yeah, I hit the stick yesterday on 10, a par 3, and it was one of those where it didn't like hit the stick on the fly. It like rolled, and it like looked like it was gonna roll right into the cup. It hit the stick and just bounced out. It was like this far for the birdie tap. And I've had a few eagles over the last month though, or hole outs. You know, I've never had a hole in one, but I've holed out a bunch of times. I think he will. Big Ben is. I don't think so. Bittler. We don't talk about other sites on the show. We never have, we never will. Just because we don't talk about it in the Facebook group, it means we don't talk about it anywhere. You know, it's like I'm not going to recommend people to another site. They're out there. You guys can make your own decisions. No, I have never played there. I play at King Kamehameha Golf Club in Maui most of the time. Anyways, let's get to another computer pick here. It is the computer pick show. Kind of lost track of it. Our first pick was the under in the Tulsa game. Our next pick going to be Spread Knowledge likes Tulane here. Gives them a B rating. It's not much. It's not a strong B. It's kind of a weak B, but a B nonetheless. And so going by the way that we do the show, Tulane is the pick here. I don't know. I didn't give out a pick on this game, but I think I would have taken Tulane. I mean, Tulsa. I would have taken Tulsa. Of course, we have premium picks available today. I don't have any. I only have one pick for tonight, so I would give a premium pick, but I only have one that's for sale, so I can't do that. We're not going to lose Brian Bittler. Are you kidding? you guys look at it way more than Brian and I do, you know. You guys, I mean, so what you guys don't realize, so the pick is Tulane +6, and we'll get back. We'll do some more Ask Mitch stuff here. Let's mix it in. You guys don't realize or fail to take into account is that I've been doing these videos and you know, I've been doing live shows since they've had live, right? First there was Facebook Live, came before YouTube Live, right? And I've been doing shows on live before then. I've been doing videos for 15 years, you know? So I've never had other people on my show until, I don't know, I did with Craig and I, we did college basketball a few years ago. Just maybe for like a few days, but he didn't like doing live, you know? So, you know, so he wouldn't do it with me. So I did it by myself, and I did it that way for, you know, since all the way back then. And I did it always by myself. I didn't give out my premium pick. I don't have a premium pick on Tulane. I don't have that. My premium pick's on the NFL game. It's on the side in the NFL game. But, yeah. So I used to have people come on and ask about hockey, you know, in the questions, like what you guys are doing, that, you know, you're on here, and I had people that asked about hockey, but, they never, you know, I don't know anything about hockey. So I used to flip the lucky penny, and we were really good with the penny. We used to keep track with the penny, and the penny was on a heater and stuff. I don't know where the penny is. I think it's on my other desk. When I moved to this studio after the COVID break, we kind of lost the penny. I will find that penny, and we'll bring him back. We got the Magic 8-Ball also right over here. We got this guy. So, you know, will Brian be back tomorrow on our show? Most likely. Most likely. That's it. That's what it says. I guess you can't. Oh, wait. Can't even see it, right? There it is. Most likely. So you kind of got to hold it at an angle. Is Brian mad at me? Cannot predict now. Flipped. There. This is what it said. They don't make these Magic 8-Balls the way they used to. I don't know. You see it? It's all out of focus. It says cannot predict now. But that's that. Anyways, our picks today on the show are, yeah, I saw it's out of focus. He's not angry. I don't know. It's like, I think Brian has a lot of other things going on, you know? So it's like, he wants to be on the show. He wants to do all those things. And he realizes the value of being on the show. And I think for me, you know, part of the business and what I try to explain to everybody is that part of what we do is, you know, is build the relationship with all of you guys. You know, it's like, you can't just be this, you know, and pontificate, you know, it's social. It's social media. So you have to be social, you know? It's like, that's what it's all about. Mitch, please keep your anger out. Whatever, man. You live your life how you want to live yours, and I'll live mine how I want to live mine. Who the hell do you think you are? Yeah. Yeah, Brian's not a sissy. You know, Brian's, you know, he you know, he's not easily, his feelings aren't hurt. Brian was mad about something else. And I'll tell you what he was mad about. So this is what happened. Somebody somebody sent Brian a message, right? And it said, how could you sell picks when you're betting $50 on a game? Because, Brian's always like, I don't really like this game. It's not like a premium pick. It's not something I'm really betting. I'll go, I'll put $50 on it, right? So he's not saying that's what he bets on games. He's saying like, just have some, if I got to have action on this game, I'll just throw $50 on it. He's not saying like, Brian loved the Patriots on Monday. And, I know he bet that game really big. I know for a fact that he did. And, so it's like the game, we look at every single game and we talk about every single game, on the show. And it's like some you kind of like, I kind of like it, and it's like, I believe in it a little. I'll throw $50 on it. What the hell, But that's not saying that's what he bets on the games. It's just an idiot, It's just like, the one guy in the Facebook group said to me, today, you attack people for saying that you lost games. No, I don't. I attack people when they attack me personally. If you attack me personally, if you don't take responsibility for your own actions, I think Tulsa has been more consistent, personally, and that's why. Yeah, we'll go over those games on the day of the game. I did a video on that game today, and it will be posted probably sometime tomorrow for Saturday. I did love the Dolphins. And I started picks and parlays together, right? I put up all the money. I came up with the idea, the concept, and all of those things. And Craig was the manager, right? He was the manager. He thought and basically what happened was we were offered a deal to merge with a company in Sweden, and the deal never closed. And what happened is that I didn't like these guys personally, and they didn't personally like me. We did, you guys know how I am, right? So, I called them some names, and Craig thought that me calling them names was worse than like some of the things that these guys were doing. I'm legally not allowed to go into too much of the detail, but let's just say it's not things that I would ever do, right? It's things that they're just not acceptable, in any culture. And, I'm not going to work with people like that. I can't. I can't work with people like this. There's no coming back from what I felt things were. And I chose to leave, and Craig chose, instead of coming with me, he chose to stay with those guys after everything we'd been through together, and I had basically changed his entire life. And that was his choice, because I called those guys names. That was his reasoning, and I don't know. Meanwhile, he owns like a very small percentage of his business now, and I own 100% of everything of mine. So I don't understand the decision. I will never understand it. I don't understand his thought process or any of those things. You'll have to ask him. But I don't work with Craig because we see things obviously very, very differently. And I think that when you have a partnership, if you see things that differently, it's never going to work for the long term. And I have no idea why he made those decisions that he made. Zero, because they don't make any sense to me. And he'll probably say, things that I said and did don't make any sense to him. And, that's all fine and well. But, I'd rather always own my company than work for somebody else. And, that's not going to happen. I'm not a good employee. I've never had a job I wasn't fired from. No, we're not friends at all. We're not friends. We don't speak. We're not even remotely close. Nothing. No. I don't know. It depends what whatever you consider a nice guy. I don't know what that is in your thing, but we're not friends. We're not even close. Nothing. We don't speak at all. Let's see. Yep. Craig did say I was old and crappy. I don't know when I'm leaving the island. I'm not sure. I am not sure when I'll be back in Vegas. That's like I'm hoping to be there for March Madness, and I'm hoping that everybody that comes in our group and in our chats and on our videos and everything, I hope we all are in Vegas for March Madness for opening weekend. That would be awesome. But right now I have no plans. It's hard, man. Hard. Brian should have owned up, and I think he knows that. No, I didn't say that. I said some other things. You guys know me, man. You know me better than that, man. You guys know me better than that. You guys can only imagine some of the things that I said. It's like you guys can only imagine, man. But I think that there's a difference between words and actions, and I do believe that everybody says things that they probably regret, but there are certain actions that people take that are just, so far off the board and unacceptable, and it's like, that's never going to be okay with me. I'm never going to just say it's okay because I don't like confrontation, I always meet things head on. I don't run from anything. Yep. I do not hold anything back. Never will. That's the day I pack it in. I think Brian should have owned up to it. When I lose and if it was me on the other side of that thing and I said it's going to 100 and there was 20 points scored or something, I would have owned it. I would have owned it. I think Brian learned something from it. I think my guess is we'll hear him say something about that or losses in the future. No, Brian didn't snap. I snapped. Dude, it's like take odds on it. $71 a month, so it's like $2 a day, $2.50, $2.20 a day or something. Yeah, me and Brian are fine. We text all the time. We hugged it out after the show, We don't let stuff, fester or whatever. We don't avoid it and act like there's no problem and, just go along for it because we want to be, I wouldn't understand what going along with it, what value that has to anything. Especially if it's something that you don't believe in. If Brian was really offended and really bothered by it, if I was really offended and really bothered by it, we would have really had it out, after the show, but it wasn't like that at all. It was kind of like, man, I could have handled that a little better. And Brian, I think, was more like, we could have really had fun. I was just mad because I thought we could have had some fun with it. Not even close. Not even close. Not even close. Brian was upset about something else. He was upset about something else. I don't think I helped. I don't think I helped. I don't know what that means. Oh, man. The refs in Tulsa are the worst. Yeah, we're all good. As always, and all questions for me are always open game, except religion or politics and stuff that I'm legally not allowed to talk about. And I think I stayed well within those parameters when I was asked those questions today. Of course, unless I hear from someone's lawyer, which, it's something. Well, it could happen, but I don't think there's any substance there. Anyways. Anything else? Let's show the picks again. I'm on the drive-through. I gotta go. I'm on another show in 10 minutes. This show is supposed to be like 10 minutes. We've been on for 35 minutes. But these are the spread knowledge picks. Good questions out there. I hope I answered them. Hope I answered them correctly or to as the best I could. Some of the stuff I'm not allowed to express the full detail of it. I think I am actually. I'm just not allowed to use certain words is the way that it's actually the way that everything's worded out. But today's picks were the under in the Tulsa-Tulane game and Tulane plus the points. Gotta say, not the picks I would have gone for here. But thanks, everyone, for joining me. Be sure to check out Spread Knowledge. I'm on the drive-through. I'm the last person on, so like 6:35, 6:45, I'll be on. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Have a great night, everyone, and I appreciate everyone that joined us.